Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope you've been having a nice weekend. Got a full slate of games today. Last day of the NBA season here. 15 matchups. Looks like every team is playing here today. Loaded card. Before I get started, go ahead and like and subscribe. Support the channel, guys, and go ahead and check out my links in the description and be a YouTube member today and get access to the private Discord server. I'd love to have you guys be a part of that community. And yeah, we're going to get started here. 15 matchups. It's going to be a crazy day for betting. So I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm filming this video it's like 1 a.m, which I don't ever even wait this long. But most of the over-unders aren't even available still, which is unbelievable. Like it just never happens like that. So I think it's going to be a crazy day because a lot of teams could be resting their players. So Vegas doesn't know who's playing. That's why they can't give out the correct lines. So you're going to have to check lineups and lines whenever they are available. Hopefully it's earlier rather than later. First matchup, we had the Boston Celtics versus the New York Knicks. The Celtics 36-35, 33-38 against the spread. The Knicks 40-31, 45-25-1 against the spread. Knicks opening up as 8.5-point favorites. Last 10 games for the Celtics, 4-6 in their last 10. The Knicks 6-4 in their last 10 here. I do see a lot of question marks for Boston. Tristan Thompson, Kemba, and Marcus Smart all questionable for Sunday. Go ahead and check their status to see if they do play or not. Boston struggling right now to end the season, 1-4 straight up and against the spread in their last 5 games here. The Knicks finishing strong, 15-4 in their last 19, 16-4 against the spread in their last 20. Boston coming off that big 124-108 win over Minnesota here. I feel like this line is going to shoot up a bunch. We're going to see if this is a game where they rest a bunch of players, but I think Boston definitely needs this game here to avoid, I believe, moving back in the playoff standings. I'm gonna back Boston plus 8.5. I think they definitely need to get this game here, and I'll be sure to check the over/under when it is available. Next matchup, we have the Charlotte Hornets versus the Washington Wizards. The Hornets 33-38, 35-35-1 against the spread. The Wizards 33-38, 41-29-1 against the spread. The Wizards are opening them as 5-point favorites in this matchup. Last 10 games for the Hornets, 3-7 in their last 10. Washington 6-4 in their last 10. This is a very important game for both teams. The Wizards, Hornets, and Pacers are all tied. They're all going to make the playoff / play-in tournament, but this is a huge one here because I believe one of these teams will get in that 8th spot. I'm pretty sure. So this is a very big matchup on the board here. Charlotte kind of closing the season out wrong, though. 1-5 in their last 6, 2-6 against the spread in their last 8. So they've been definitely struggling for sure. Wizards, trending in another direction there. Washington 8-1-1 against the spread in their last 10, 14-5 in their last 19. Bradley Beal is questionable for Sunday. Be sure to check his status, but I'm going to roll with the Wizards here. I just think the Wizards are the better, they have the same record, but I just think the Wizards are the better team. Westbrook and Beal have been playing phenomenal basketball. Should be a fun one here, but I'm going to lean with the Wizards in this matchup. Next matchup, we have the Indiana Pacers versus the Toronto Raptors. The Pacers 33-38, 31-40 against the spread. The Raptors 27-44, 31-39-1 against the spread. Pacers opening up as 6-point favorites. Last 10 games for the Pacers, 4-6 in their last 10. Toronto just 1-9 in their last 10 here. It's a must-win game for the Pacers here. They definitely need this. 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. So they're definitely able to cover. Toronto currently riding a 6-game losing streak. Yeah, this is a must-win for the Pacers here. I'm backing the Pacers -6. I mean, they gotta come out and win this. They got a lot of question marks for Sunday, but they gotta win. Toronto, they're done. Everyone is out for Sunday for the Raptors here. Must-win for the Pacers. I'm backing the Pacers -6 here. Next matchup, we have the Phoenix Suns versus the San Antonio Spurs. The Suns 50-21. 42-28-1 against the spread. The Spurs 33-38, 38-32-1 against the spread. Phoenix opening up as 11-point favorites with the don't know the over/under. Last 10 games for Phoenix, 7-3 in their last 10. Spurs just 2-8 in their last 10 here. Spurs, a lot of people questionable for Sunday's game. Phoenix, there is a chance they could be the number 1 seed if Utah does lose to the Kings today. So definitely Phoenix does have something to play for. They do have to win this matchup and Utah lose. So, Spurs just 2-9 in their last 11 here. Phoenix 8-3 in their last 11. Suns really need this game. I know there's a chance of them getting first place. I don't know why they're not going to try and knock the Spurs team out and hope the Jazz lose. Going to roll with the Suns -11 in this matchup. Next matchup, we have the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Golden State Warriors. The Grizzlies 38-33, 41-29-1 against the spread. The Warriors 38-33, 36-35 against the spread. The Warriors opening up as 5.5-point favorites with the over/under at 229.5. Last 10 games for the Memphis, 7-3 in their last 10. The Warriors 7-3 in their last 10 as well. Memphis on a nice little 5-game winning streak, playing pretty well. Golden State riding a 5-game winning streak as well. Both teams riding good winning streaks. I do see Curry is probable, Draymond Green probable, and Wiggins. So all their players are probable. Valanciunas, Anderson, Brooks, and Clark and Moran are all probable. This should be a really fun one. Definitely an important game for the Warriors too. Going to be a super close one here. I'm going to take Memphis plus 5.5. I think it's going to be a tight knit game here, and I'm going to take Memphis plus 5.5, and we're going to go with the over 229.5. Next matchup we have. So there's 2 matchups. I mean, it's super late, and there's not even any lines at all available. So be sure to check these if you guys want to, and I'll give you all the info I can on this game. We have Cleveland versus Brooklyn here. We got the Cavs 22-49, 26-45 against the spread. The Nets 47-24, 37-34 against the spread. We don't know the over/under or spread right now. I'm just going to assume Nets are going to be the favorites. Cleveland 1-9 in their last 10. Brooklyn 5-5 in their last 10. I mean, it looked like everybody's going to be out for Cleveland. Brooklyn, not too sure. I don't see any reports of anyone being out right now. We know how bad this Cleveland team is. Going to back Brooklyn in this matchup. We're going to see what the spread and line ends up being, and but yeah, we'll see who ends up playing for Brooklyn. So this game will be a question mark. If everyone plays for Brooklyn, go ahead and lock Brooklyn in. They'll probably be like 10 to 14 point favorites for sure if everyone does play for them. Next matchup, we have the Houston Rockets versus the Atlanta Hawks. Houston 17-54, 27-44 against the spread. The Hawks 40-31, 38-32-1 against the spread. The Hawks opening up as 10.5-point favorites in this matchup. Last 10 games for Houston, 2-8 in their last 10. Atlanta 6-4 in their last 10. Houston finishing the season against the spread kind of strong. 5-0 against the spread in their last 5. They've been able to cover on the road, 5-0 on the road against the spread. 6-1 in their last 7 games against Atlanta here. Atlanta, though, still 10-0 at home right now, 6-1 in their last 7. Yeah, it's kind of like a meaningless game. We know Atlanta has a playoff spot locked in. And, I like the Rockets to cover here. They've been covering towards the end of the season. Last game for them. Why not have them all go out and play super hard, to end the season? I like Houston to cover 10.5 points. I think it's a lot of points here. Next matchup, we have the Orlando Magic versus the Philadelphia 76ers. The Magic 21-50, 32-37-2 against the spread. The Sixers 48-23, 37-30-4 against the spread. Philly opening up as 8.5 point favorites. Last 10 games for Orlando, 3-7 in their last 10. Philly 8-2 in their last 10. Coming off a game where they just beat Orlando 122-97. A lot of question marks for Philly in this game, though. Danny Green, Seth Curry, Simmons, Embiid, questionable. We're going to see if they do play. Embiid is probable, so Embiid is going to play. Rolling with the Sixers here. I mean, just not much to really say. We're going to see who ends up playing. I feel like everyone's going to play for the Sixers in the last game here. We're going to rock the Sixers minus 8.5 here. Next matchup, we have the Miami Heat versus the Detroit Pistons. The Heat 39-32, 33-36-2 against the spread. The Pistons 20-51, 34-33-4 against the spread. Miami opening up as 6.5 point favorites. Last 10 games for Miami, 7-3 in their last 10. Detroit 2-8 in their last 10. Miami 4-1 covering the spread and straight up in their last 5 games. So a nice little 5-game stretch for Miami here. Detroit, 1-8 in their last 9. 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. Don't see any injuries really to report. Jimmy Butler is questionable, but going to roll with the Heat here. Not really going to trust Detroit on the last game of the season. Give me Miami. Next matchup, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dallas 42-29, 35-36 against the spread. The Timberwolves 22-49, 32-37-2 against the spread. Dallas opening up as 9-point favorites. Last 10 games for Dallas, 8-2 in their last 10. Minnesota 5-5 in their last 10 here. Dallas 6-1 in their last 7. 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 against Minnesota here. On a 5-game winning streak against Minnesota. Rolling with the Mavs here. Hopefully Mavs can end the season strong. Going to take the Mavs -9. Taking the Mavs -9 here. Next matchup, we had the Denver Nuggets versus the Portland Trailblazers. The Nuggets 47-24, 34-37 against the spread. Portland 41-30, 37-34 against the spread. Blazers opening up as 8.5 point favorites. Last 10 games for Denver, they are 7-3 in their last 10. Portland 8-2 in their last 10 here. A lot of question marks for Portland on Sunday. Aaron Gordon, Millsap, all questionable. I don't know why Portland's favored by too much. I do see Jokic is playing. I don't see anything unless there's some late game scratching going on with Jokic. But unless they're going to rest all their players here, I can see why the line is so high. But if Jokic is playing and some of the other Denver players are going to play, I love Denver plus 8.5. I don't know why I'm assuming that there's going to be a lot of players out for Denver. But this is a game that Portland definitely needs to win, though. Denver 5-1 in their last 6 against Portland. Portland 5-1 in their last 6. Until I see who's playing for Denver here, as long as Jokic is playing, though, plus 8.5 for Denver, I mean, I'm gonna take that all day. Portland's good, but I don't think they're beating Denver by 8.5 if Jokic is playing. I don't see any indication that he's not gonna play. So be sure to check tomorrow's gonna be crazy. Be sure to check RotoWire, check all the lineup sites to make sure some of these big time players are gonna play for their teams. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Clippers 47-24, 39-31-1 against the spread. The Thunder 21-50, 30, 40, and 1 against the spread. Clippers opening up as 8.5-point favorites. Last 10 games for the Clippers, 5-5 in their last 10. OKC 1-9 in their last 10. We do see, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, all questionable for Sunday's game. No idea if they're going to be rested. We're going to have to find out. Clippers 6-1 in their last 7 against OKC. OKC, on a 9-game losing streak, 0-5 against the spread. Hard to trust the Thunder here. Going to take the Clippers. We're going to hope Paul George and the other players play, but even if they don't, they got a good enough bench to beat this OKC team by 8.5 points. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Lakers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. The Lakers 41-30, 31-39-1 against the spread. The Pelicans 31-40, 34-37 against the spread. The Lakers opening up as 10-point favorites. Last 10 games for the Lakers, 5-5 in their last 10. Pelicans 4-6 in their last 10 here. This is a must-win game for the Lakers. I do believe everyone is going to be playing for the Lakers, including LeBron. Pelicans pretty much have everybody injured and out. Must win for the Lakers. Got to back the Lakers. Just no way the Lakers are losing this game. They can't. If they lose, if they win, they'll be in the playoffs. If they lose, they'll be in the play-in tournament, barring any other crazy things. But must-win game for the Lakers, which is insane to say. We're going to roll with the Lakers here. Next matchup, we have the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Chicago Bulls. The Bucks 46-25, 32-39 against the spread. The Bulls 30-41, 36-34-1 against the spread. This was the only other game. There's still no spread out, so no idea what's going on with this game. I don't see any kind of injury reports about Giannis and them resting their starters. We'll have to stay tuned to check that. Bucks 8-2 in their last 10. Chicago 4-6 in their last 10. Bucks on a 10-game winning streak against Chicago here. Chicago 0-9 against the spread against Milwaukee at home. Rolling with the Bucks here. We're going to figure out what the line's going to end up being whenever that is released. Rolling with the Bucks. We're going to hopefully they play their starters, but if they don't, we're going to see. But as long as the Bucks are playing their starters, going to roll with the Bucks in this one. Last matchup on the board, we have the Utah Jazz versus the Sacramento Kings. The Jazz 51-20, 40-30-1 against the spread. The Kings 31-40, 34-36-1 against the spread. Jazz opening up as 10.5-point favorites. Last 10 games for the Jazz, 7-3 in their last 10. Sacramento 6-4 in their last 10 here. This is a pretty simple game for me. Jazz, if they win here, they will lock in the number 1 seed, have the most wins in their franchise history, which is huge. A loss here for the Jazz and a Phoenix win would put Phoenix in the number 1 seed. So a lot on the line for the Jazz. They definitely want to get those accolades, and they should come out and just destroy this Sacramento Kings team. Going to roll with the Jazz minus 10.5 with a lot on the line for their franchise. And that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. The last the regular season NBA picks video of the season. The next videos are going to be the playoff videos, which are going to be great. So looking forward to the playoffs and the play-in tournament. And good luck with your picks on Sunday. Have a good one, everyone.